You going back this season, whatever it ends up being in 2020, obviously Black Lives Matter will still be on the minds of players, and no one would ever call baseball, a kind of friendly nature when it comes to politics. I mean, we said the same thing about NASCAR, and they look great right now. There's a lot of progression there. Do you expect to walk into a locker room that understands what's went on the last few months?
Yes and no. I feel that there will be some people that understand it, but I do feel that it needs to continue to be talked about. And with the amount of African Americans that are in this game, being that it is only not even 8%, that it's something that will, if we don't talk about it, it'll easily be swept under a rug. So it's just because we don't have many people that represent us in this game. And, there's some guys who aren't in my position. There's some guys who feel, they may want to say something or speak up or talk about it, but at the same time, they don't want to feel like they're overstepping their boundaries or feel like they're making people uncomfortable, considering that they're one of maybe three African Americans in the clubhouse, if that. So if it's not addressed amongst the team or the clubhouse, then it's something that more than likely won't be talked about. And so it takes people like myself and others in this game to be able to speak up and to be able to make this a public, and not just in clubhouses from one team to the other, hoping that these are the things that happen. If we don't make them happen, then more than likely won't.
Yeah, I hope to see baseball evolve that way. Truly, as a fan, it has bothered me in the past, and I think this is the time for a lot of sports to finally face it. I wanted to ask, kind of in closing, and then I'll do a fun little game with you about Uncle Larry. Some questions I have about him. With COVID numbers rising, guys like Desmond making the decision, Zimmerman still on the fence. Have you questioned returning at all?
There definitely were times where I questioned returning myself, considering my family and knowing just the difficulties of the season and how it's going to be. My family is going to have to. My wife, and she's going to have to uproot the kids and move from one place to the other after we've already moved, a couple of times already this year. So that's going to be difficult in itself. So there's so many different variables that go along with this season, but I love the game, and I haven't played since June 4th of last year,
Yeah.
and I want to play this game as much as possible because I know there's a time that's going to come where I won't be playing anymore. So with all of that and with thinking things through, I was we made the decision that that this is something that I want to do, and my wife, of course, she supports that. And yeah, I mean, I thought about it at first, but after talking about it and really going over things, this is a decision that we made, and we feel good about it.